All right, here's my audience. Do you consider yourself to be happy or enjoying your life? Well, a poll from this year done by CNN that surveyed many Americans showed that over 76% of them said that they were very happy or pretty happy with their lives. Along with this, according to Zippia.com, only 8.8% of Americans, adults today, are millionaires. Just like you, my family and I are not millionaires and by no means rich, but we all still live good and happy lives. I have lived my entire life without a whole lot of money, and I also know many people around me who live in households where money can often be hard to come by. This has all helped me to discover what is truly important in my life. Money is nice to have and has many uses for it, but I will tell you about how money can have negative effects on people, the reasons money cannot satisfy everyone's happiness, and finally tell you the things that have been shown to make people happier. First, let's look at the different ways money has been shown to have negative effects on people. Money is one of the most important things in all of our lives. Money is needed for many things, so this is why some people may believe the common phrase that money can buy happiness. Because they assume that if money can buy most of the things that they want in the world, then they automatically think that they would just be happy with their lives. This has been shown to not be the case for many people who have had a surplus of money, though. And to prove this, a doctor from the University of Pennsylvania, Matthew Killingsworth, did many studies over 7 years of asking tens of thousands of people to rate their happiness on a scale. He gathered data from a broad range of incomes, from people who received minimum wage all the way up to people who made over $500,000 per year. His studies showed that the people on the lower spectrum of annual salaries had a higher overall satisfaction in their life, and the people who spent all their money trying to earn more money were less happy. Killingsworth also said in an interview, people who defined their personal success in terms of money, they tended to be, on average, less happy. And he also gave the advice that you want to have money, but you don't want to care too much about it. We can look at many people who have had lots of money, yet still not been happy with their lives. For example, Robin Williams was a famous actor who everyone seemed to love, and had all the money he could ever need. Although he had a shocking death from killing himself after struggling with depression and substance abuse, which led to this. Money has been shown to ruin many people's lives, like people who won the lottery that instantly became rich. One man in particular, Billy Bob Harold Jr., won $31 million from the Texas Lotto. He went from being almost broke to being a multi-millionaire. So when Billy won, he just automatically assumed that all of his problems would be solved. But in fact, what happened was quite the opposite. Billy soon after quit his job and started getting hassled by people for his money he won. He and his wife soon separated, and with the pressure of everything going on in his life, he killed himself just 20 months after winning. Now that we have looked at the ways money can be harmful to some people, let's look at some reasons why money can't fulfill everyone's happiness. You may have seen something somewhere that you thought looked cool and just thought you needed it, no matter what the price was. And after you get this thing, you may enjoy it for a while, but then soon forget about it. The item may give you some happiness to begin with, but soon after you might regret buying it. This shows how money can bring people temporary happiness soon after they purchase something, but they often get tired of it pretty soon, and then want something else. Money won't bring a person true happiness in their life. Although money can buy physical things for a person, it cannot buy many other important things that truly make a person happy and feel fulfilled with their life. With this being said, no matter the wealth of a person, everyone faces their own personal battles and has to deal with their own problems. Robert Kenney, a developmental psychologist and senior advisor at the Center on Wealth and Philanthropy at Boston College, helped lead a research project where he and his colleagues surveyed 165 households of people that were worth $25 million or more. The results showed that even though money helped lessen the stress of certain aspects of these people's lives, it often made other aspects more difficult. Kenny said, "We received response after response on how money is not always helpful." Now, the research concluded that rich people still have their own problems. For example, the most common ones stated were anxiety about their children, uncertainty about relationships, and fears of isolation. These are all reasons why these people with lots of money do not typically feel fulfilled or satisfied with their lives. A recent study by MarketWatch has shown that people have a sufficient income that once they have a sufficient income to meet their needs, then the rest of their money goes towards their desires that they want. They say that more money just equals more wants, which will lead them to have more satisfaction in their life. This goes to show how wealth can influence depression. Finally, we have looked at the ways money can ruin and not fulfill people's lives. So let's look at some things that cannot be bought with money that have been shown to bring people genuine happiness. Money can't buy many of the things that are most important in people's lives, like the experiences we get to have in our short lives. There is often more to life than what money can buy, and certain things you just can't put a price tag on. One of the best things to make people happier that are scientifically proven is exercise. When you exercise, your body releases two happiness chemicals, endorphins and cortisol. While exercising, your body releases endorphins, which are hormones that cause euphoric feelings, which will make you happier. Your body also burns cortisol away, which is a hormone people produce when stressed. Studies have also shown that people who exercise are happier because they have more confidence in their bodies. Socialization has also been shown to improve brain health and also increases happiness. According to Asbury.org, close relationships with people, whether it's your family, close friends, or anybody, have all been linked to lowering stress levels and also decreasing depression. Socializing is something that humans naturally crave and is important in keeping the brain active, which will therefore keep the brain healthy and also happier. Sleep is another key factor in making people happy. Sleep is very important in the overall well-being of a person because getting enough sleep gives us energy and improves our mood too. Researchers at the University of Pennsylvania found that when they conducted studies on subjects that were only limited to 4.5 hours of sleep, that the subjects felt often more stressed, angry, sad, and mentally exhausted than the other subjects who received more sleep. So in conclusion, I've told you how money cannot buy happiness. By looking at how money can negatively affect people, the reasons money cannot satisfy everyone's happiness, and the things that have been shown to make people happier. Money can affect our lives in many aspects, and even though money is an important thing in our lives, it still cannot buy a person true happiness. Now, with all of this being said, would you consider yourself to be happy? My audience.